Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Lesson 2 from Chapter 7, Complementary and Supplementary Angles. We're going to address how geometry helps us describe real world objects. And some of the words we will look at are complementary angles and supplementary angles. And some of the common math symbol we will see look like this, where we say measure of angle 1. If you like geometry, then maybe you should consider a career as an engineer, for example, a civil engineer, design bridges. Engineers use angles to construct bridges. The Golden Gate Bridge is created by combining angles as shown. So here we have the Golden Gate Bridge, and we have a line that goes vertically and a line that goes horizontally. So let's answer these questions. What types of angles make up the two angles marked in the drawing of the bridge? So you see that we have two angles. We have an angle here and an angle right here. And this is vertical and this is horizontal. So I can see that we have a 90-degree angle on this side, a right angle, and another right angle on this side. So simply put, we have two right angles, 1 and 2. What is the sum of the two angles marked in the drawing of the bridge? So what is the sum of these two angles? Well, I have 90 here and 90 here. Or you could say from here all the way to here. What is the sum? The sum is 180 degrees, all the way from here to there. For question 3, I want you to show your work. In the space below, draw a figure that contains two angles that have the sum of 90 degrees. So they will add up to 90 degrees, two angles. So I've drawn here a 90-degree angle, as you can see. My vertical line going straight down, and my horizontal line straight across. So I have a 90-degree angle here that consists of two angles, one 70 and the other one 20. So they saw that when you add them together, their sum is 90 degrees. Please draw this exactly as I've done it, because this is one of your key answers. I will know you watched the video if you draw this. So now let's learn what complementary and supplementary mean. Complementary. The two angles are complementary if the sum of their measures is 90 degrees. So they are called complementary. They complement each other if when put together they add up to be 90. And here we have. So you see angle 2 and angle 1, or measure of 1 plus measure of angle 2 equals 90 degrees. Two angles are supplementary. They supplement one another if the sum of their measures is 180, meaning they will create a full, once they meet together, they make a line. Okay? So measure of angle 3 plus measure of angle 4 equals 180, as you can see there. Therefore, a special relationship exists between two angles with a sum of 90 degrees, and a special relationship also exists between two angles with a sum of 180 degrees. The symbol M angle 1 means the measure of angle 1, as we explained earlier. Okay, let's take a look at example 1 and 2. Here we have, identify each pair of angles as complementary, supplementary, or neither. So you see here we have angle 1 and angle 2, and they together, when put together, they make a line. They meet back on the same line. So you know that they go over the halfway point and back down to the same line. So they equal 180. Angle 1 and angle 2 form a straight angle. You see it right there? When combined. So the angles are supplementary, 180. The question may also come in the format of two separate angles. You see here how we have 60 in this one angle, and in an entirely different angle we have 30. But when put together, they're going to add up to 90. 60 plus 30 equals 90. The angles are complementary. I could take this angle and bring it all the way here, like this, put it there, and it would fit nicely right there like that. with 30, and it would give me my right angle for 90 degrees. Okay, so if you think you understand, go ahead and pause the video now and figure out A and B. Are they complementary, supplementary, or neither? Go ahead and pause now. I hope you paused the video and were able to figure this out on your own. You can see here that we have a right angle, 90 degrees, and we don't have quite another 90 degree angle. So this is not quite 180. This looks to be 1, because we're shy by 5, this is 175. So this is neither complementary or supplementary. Okay, let's take a look at B. For B, we have 75 here and 15 here. If I were to add 75 plus 15, I would get exactly 90. And we know that 90 degrees, or simply put, this fits in here nicely, right at the bottom, so that it would give us the rest of the angle we're missing for a right angle. So this is known as complementary angles. For example 3, we have to find the value of x. And we see that we have 28 degrees here, and it's part of a complementary angle, of complementary angles, because together 28 plus 2x equals 90. So it looks like this. 2x, right there, plus 28 equals 90. How do I know it equals 90? Because it's a right angle. And we already established that they're complementary angles. So 2x plus 28 equals 90 becomes 2x equals 90 minus 28. I inverted the operation. I brought over the 28 and changed the operation from addition to subtraction. That becomes 2x equals 62, which when divided to isolate the x, I get 31. And as you can see, that is the answer. So the value of x is 31. For example 4, we're going to look at a supplementary example. Find the value of x. So here we have two angles that equal 180. So it looks like this. 3x plus 123, 3x plus 123 equal 180. All of this, correct? All of that. So let's solve. After dividing by 3, x equals 19. There you have it, as stated in the example. Okay, if you think you understand, please pause the video and find the value of x. Now, x is the same variable. Because we're using x and x, it means they're both equal, right? We're not using x and y. It's x and x, so they both, if this is one number, this has to be the exact same number. And we are being given a clue right here. We know that this is a right angle, so this is 90 degrees. And then this has to also be then 90 degrees because we have a straight angle right here. And when I cut 90 degrees into halves to have equal values, what is the x? So we can write an equation with this, believe it or not. Okay, I think some of you have already figured that out. How many x's do we have? Well, we have 2 x's, correct? And what is this angle on this side right here? It's 90, correct? So plus 90. And what is it all equal together? It's a straight angle, so it's 180. After dividing by 2, x equals 45. And for a real-world problem, we're given here the angles as this pair of scissors creates. And you see over here we have a straight angle. One part of the supplementary angle that we are given is 116 plus 8x equals 180. So 8x plus 116 equals 180 is what you should have there as a supplementary angle, set of angles. When I invert the operation and I subtract 180 by 116, so I bring over the 116 to this side and I subtract it from 180, I get 64, so it's 8x equals 64. And when I divide both sides by 8, so I can isolate the variable, I get x equals 8. And here's the guided practice. Please leave this for class as we will begin our next class with these questions. See you then.